The very first movie I ever saw in my life was here at the Alex Theater in 1956. I saw a trailer for Disney's The Great Locomotive Chase on the Mickey Mouse Club, and I begged my mother to take me to a real movie in a theater. And it's a wonder I ever became a movie fan, because I got a headache that day, and for several years thereafter, every time I went to the movies, I got a headache, but I outgrew it. And the Alex was always where we came to see first-run movies when I was a kid. Glendale, whatever was historic here, for the most part, has been torn down over the years to develop the city. Glendale was never a garden spot. You know, there were no restaurants here. There were a few shops, odd shops. The main department store, Webb's, was in 3 different buildings on 3 different levels, and you had to walk up or down from building to building as you walked between buildings. But the Alex was always a spot where people came, and it was great when the city decided to restore the theater to its original glory. It looks different now than it did when I was a kid, because it had been remodeled extensively in the 30s in the what they call the Scorist style of art moderne. And it's returned more or less to what it looked like in 1925 on the inside, and outside on the street it still has the Scorist look to it. For several years, 4 or 5 years here in the late 90s, I ran Cinecon, the classic film festival here in Glendale. It's since moved to the Egyptian Theater in Hollywood, but while the time we were here, I remember sitting in the theater watching a movie from the early 40s, and we had Claire Trevor and Evelyn Keyes as our guests, and I was thinking to myself, this is just great. You know, this is a picture that you'll never see in a revival theater because it's not well known. The stars aren't big stars. The director isn't somebody that is going to be on a retrospective list. But here we are in this great theater looking at it on a big screen, and that was just a thrilling moment for me. I think it's difficult to imagine life without the Alex Theater in Glendale. A theater is a focal point for the community. The events attract business to restaurants, shops. The residual value is much greater than the building itself, and you know, for the few bucks it costs to keep the doors open, I think the community value is far outweighs that.